let's light this guy up. Hey guys, Arm&Gun here tonight with the Kel-Tec KSG. This is the OG model, the original. This is the 6+6+1, so the 13 capacity one. And pretty slick little unit. Again, this has been the one that's been around for ages. There's now the super long one, the KSG 25, that stretches out to like there. And the little shorty now, the tactical, that's dialed back, which I really actually want to grab myself. I really want to grab one of those. We're going to compare and control. We're going to shoot this thing today. I'm going to go through the ergonomics with you, show you how this thing works, the controls. Then we're going to compare and contrast, because this guy has an 18.5-inch barrel. We're going to mash that up against a 12-inch barrel out of this Calibre triple threat. It's a pretty cool time. Oh, these are such fun guns to shoot. And so again, a brake action versus a pump action, neither a gas gun. So they should have a relatively comparable recoil impulse. However, we're going to be shooting the same ammunition out of both, and this one has a much shorter barrel. So that's pretty cool. I just want to kind of also see how it compares. Traditional layout versus a bullpup layout is always kind of cool. And then over here, we have the Benelli M4 Tactical. Oh, I love this thing. One of the most fun semi-automatic shotguns out there. Just a joy. And again, this thing has an 18.5-inch barrel, and this thing has an 18.5-inch barrel. Isn't that ridiculous? That is the benefit of a bullpup. So without further ado, let's start rocking this thing. I'll go through some basic controls and we'll start shooting. Got it topped off with an Eotech here, which is always a fun little reticle. If you guys can see that dot up in there, there you go. There's a holographic sight. We're going to be nailing this TA Tactical target, steel targets over there. AR500, this stuff has been just kicking butt for like 2 years, hasn't let me down. That one target, they make great stuff. Anyways, let's run through. So all ambidextrous controls. There's a little release locking lever here for the slide. That lets it go, that unlocks that. Safety is a cross block affair. So S for safe on that side, F for fire there. So again, ambi. And then in the back here, we've got our selector, our tube selector. So this is where all the action is happening. Rounds are going to pop up through there. Those are your two followers. That's where you're going to stuff the rounds down in. And then obviously you have to have it over on one side. That side runs out. You switch it over to the other side. There's some really cool tactical upgrades, like an enlarged one like this, so you can come over here and hit it with your wrist when you run dry without breaking your grip on the shotgun and having to come back manually and do that. So again, there's some really cool upgrades like that I'm going to have to explore. High-Tech Customs, for one, makes some really cool stuff, including a really cool tank, like howitzer style muzzle brake, which would be pretty slick. I'm expecting this thing to be pretty hard recoiling. It's been a few years since I've shot one, but as I recall, they knock you around a little bit depending on the type of load you fire. So enough talking. Let's get into this. What next? All right, guys, let's hit some steel. That rocks you around a little bit. She's got some kick to her. Woo! Okay. That's it. Okay, so that's a little bit of a flinch mechanism there. So that's what happens when you run one tube dry. We got another tube, and then we can keep going. Let's just run this guy. Oh, my camera mount can't take it. And she is cooking. She's smoking. Wow. What a fun little gun. She's definitely hip shooting capable there. Oh man. And there are the telltale scrapes from the downward ejecting shells. That's just that's how she goes. So man, she runs like a champ. Very cool. I'm gonna get some close up of that cycling actually as well. But yeah, that's probably a good idea for wearing the wrist guard or grabbing the shell deflector, which is also available for these things. All right, guys, and just so you can see here, this is how we're loading these things. 1, 2, they just all go back in there like that. Once you get one side full, you just pivot that over, and then you start loading the other side. So pretty cool. Again, take 6+6, 2 3/4 inch shells, And then you can always cycle it once to get one in the chamber and then refill it with one more. All right, guys, so I got her on safe here. I just want to show you guys how this action cycles. So I got three in there. So we're going to drop the action bar here. Then we're going to run it back pretty fast. Okay, that's going to knock one out of the tube into the tray there. So you can see that. And now we're going to close the action and it's going to suck it in there. Okay, so now the gun is hot. We're on safe. I'm going to unlock this action bar again. You can see it's coming back here. So now you can see that shell is being captive by the bolt. So that's that's its position there. So I'm just gonna shoot it back pretty quick, because what it should do is it should knock both that shell out and kick another one out of the tube all in one cycle here. So okay, there we go. Okay, it's gonna be a little bit funny because I got the gun on its side here. I'm gonna try and tilt it up a little bit more so it's at a bit better of an angle for this here. But now I can close this action bar again. Okay, so now she's closed in battery. Going to unlock that action bar again. Okay, now I'm going to try and one action here, get that one ejected and another one into the feed tray. Nope, see, it's just a little bit hard to demonstrate, but basically that should all be happening in the same swift motion. And again, that's now our third shell. So just really quickly, and that's it. So pretty cool little system, really slick, does work really well. Let's shoot a few more things here. All right, guys, let's give this guy a try one-handed. This is a little bit probably not wise. Whoa, that's kind of cool. That kick's pretty decent. Oh, that one really hurt. Just the ejection. Nice. Okay, let's put a couple more in the shoulder, and then I will compare this against the triple threat. Okay, so I got a good feeling there for recoil. Let's grab this bad boy. Ugh. Oh boy, this is going to be, we're going to rip 3 shots off real swift. Yeah, feel this a little bit more, even with this nice, generous rubber butt pad. This little beauty does kick decently there. Whew. Oh, that's sweet. If you guys ever get the chance, these are really cool shotguns. They make them in a number of lengths. This one's just 12 inches, which is pretty darn sweet. All right, let's grab the Benelli. Oh, this is where it's at, guys. This is where it's at. Probably the coolest semi-automatic shotgun that most of us here can own. Got to press that little release there. There we go. And this thing is just smooth as butter compared to those fixed actions. Oh man, what a pleasant gun to shoot. Let's throw a red dot on here, grab a slug, toss that up into the shell, hit this, drop that bolt release there. Oh, I love those enlarged levers. And let's see what this slug feels like. Oh, well, she rang that guy's bell. That was always a pleasure. Even a slug in the Benelli is just a fine time. All right, guys, thanks a ton. Thank you, sir. You've held up well, TA Tactical Targets. You've held up well. Arm&Gun out. All right, guys, got another 7+1 in here. Let's light this guy up. And some dirt. Smoking.